The tension in the air was suffocating. Father Donald's eyes, cold and calculating, bore into mine as I stood my ground. Frank was by my side, his posture tense, but there was a spark of determination in his eyes that told me he wouldn't back down. "You think you're the first to stand against me?" Father Donald's voice was calm, but there was a dangerous edge to it now. "You think anyone will believe you over me?" I swallowed hard, fighting the lump in my throat. The church that had once felt like home now seemed like a prison, with Father Donald standing as the warden. But I couldn't show fear. Not now. Not when I was so close to exposing him. "I don't care what you think," I said, my voice steadier than I felt. "What matters is the truth, and the truth always comes out." Father Donald's smile twisted into something almost sinister. "You're playing a dangerous game, Judith. You really think people will believe the story of a rebellious altar server over the respected future priest of this town?" His words hit harder than I expected, the weight of his power in the community sinking in. The thought of no one believing me, of him continuing to manipulate and harm others, made my stomach turn. But I knew what I had to do. "I don't need everyone to believe me," I said, my voice gaining strength. "I just need the right people to listen." Frank stepped forward, a bit braver now. "We've already taken steps, Father. There are people who can help. You can't hide the truth forever." Father Donald's eyes flashed with something dark, something almost like fear. For a brief second, he looked less like the respected seminarian everyone adored, and more like the predator he truly was. But then, in an instant, his demeanor shifted back to calm. "I've always believed in redemption, Judith," he said softly, almost like he was trying to reassure himself. "Maybe this is your test, to forgive and forget." I scoffed. "Forgive you? After everything you've done?" Father Donald's smile returned, but it was colder now. "You'll regret this," he muttered. "You'll regret trying to destroy me." But instead of backing down, I found myself standing taller. This was no longer about fear. This was about justice. This was about showing that even the most trusted can fall, and the truth would always have a way of rising. "I've already made copies of everything," Frank said, cutting through the tension. "You're not the only one who knows how to cover their tracks." Father Donald's face froze. He hadn't expected Frank to have anything on him. His eyes flickered with doubt as he processed Frank's words. For the first time, the predator seemed unsure. "That's a mistake you'll regret," Father Donald warned, his voice dark and threatening. "I will make sure you pay for this." "Do what you must," I said, my heart pounding but my voice unwavering. "But the truth will come out. People will know who you really are." With that, Father Donald turned sharply and walked away, his footsteps echoing through the quiet halls of the church. I let out a breath I didn't know I was holding. "We did it, Frank. We actually did it." Frank's face was still tense, but there was a flicker of hope in his eyes. "We're not out of the woods yet. But this is a step. We've got the evidence and we've got the truth. We just need the right people to help us." "But who?" I asked, my mind racing. "Who can we trust? Father Donald's been around so long. Who's going to believe us over him?" Frank paused for a moment before answering. "I know someone, a journalist. She's been following a few stories like this, and she's made it clear that she's ready to take down people like him. But we have to be careful. If word gets out that we're working against Father Donald, he could retaliate. He has connections." I nodded, feeling the weight of the situation settling over me again. But I couldn't stop now. I had to see this through. I had to make sure Father Donald was stopped before he could hurt anyone else. The next step was clear. We needed to find the journalist. We needed to get the evidence into the right hands. But as I thought about the risks, the fear crept back into my chest. What if Father Donald tried to destroy the evidence? What if he found out we were working against him? But I couldn't back down. I couldn't let fear win. "We'll find her," I said, my voice firm. "We'll make sure Father Donald faces the consequences. No one should ever have to go through what I did."